Do a quick tour. I know I've showed some of it in videos before. This is the fertilizer buggy. Cab off of 1892 New Holland forage harvester, I believe. We cut almost a foot off the bottom to shorten it, so it is short enough to haul on a trailer. 605 John Deere box with a couple modifications, and the main frame and all has been dated back to about 1962. I believe it was either Herds that built it, or there was a private company in the valley that built their own fertilizer buggies. And the one that found that out for us is the previous owner, because they both used the same yoke at that point in time. It's got a 318 Chrysler Industrial that was built by a race car engine builder with a might be a 5-speed new process transmission. You know, all it is a tranny, just a heavier duty than a pickup. 20,000 pound semi-truck rear end with air brakes on it. The box is all hydraulic run. A little white wheel white there is the control for the computer to control the speed of the chain. And that motor right there runs the air compressor for the air brakes. So I either have power to that or power to the box. This thing holds air great, so I mean, you can use the brakes quite a bit when you're spreading fertilizer, and when you shut the box off, it's pumping. Tires and wheels on the back are actually old Gleaner combine tires and wheels. They happen to be a 10-hole bud, and the spacer is 2 old split rims welded back to back. The inner wheel is on with regular bud thimbles, and then the spacer is on over that with 3/4 inch fine thread bolts and regular bud bud front wheels for the smaller ones on the outside. And that's pretty much the story to this. Our front tire and wheel on this came off of a Bomag roller that was scrapped out. This tire is the identical tire to what's going on the other buggy, but this one just never got as much wear. And she is going to go play in the poop. Oh, she wants me to put pins in, so I'll let you go and bring you back. See if I can get a decent shot of this. Greasy Paws Garage asked about this because he hadn't seen it yet. This is a 1968 International 1200 pickup. Inline 6-cylinder gas engine and a 4-speed 4-wheel drive. The front end's kind of blown up. Carrier got scattered and welded back together, and welded it back together and left the driveline in for a little while, and decided, you know what, if we get stuck, we'll take a tractor out. So this does not get around very well in 2-wheel drive. This was built in 1982, 1983, somewhere in there. Built to be lightweight. 3rd set of booms on it. We haven't had it over a scale since this set of booms was on it, but the whole thing weighed 6,800 pounds before. We used to have racing slicks for tires. They're great for flotation, not worth a damn when you get into something where you don't have any traction at all. We used to run duals on the back. These are actually Swather tires. They're 16.1, 16.5, something like that. Oh, 18.4 16s, that's what they are. So they're on a 16-inch rim. Some of you are going to go, oh my God, they're on backwards. Yeah, they're on for the ride. You don't need them for the traction. And if I get stuck going forward, I want to be able to back out. This one, the only hydraulics on it is for the boom. Everything else is run-off shafts, belt driven. 3 years ago, the The original pump on this machine finally went, seals went. So we happened to have this one. It was on a fire trailer. The exact same pump, threw it on. Original fuel tank kind of screwed up. This doesn't look anything like a pickup because if you notice the rust, people that used to live next door to us, they came here from Mentor, Ohio. Some of you might recognize what that thing is on the front. That's not a brush guard. It is a cut down blade mount though. They use this for plowing snow on their farm back there. And needless to say, there wasn't much left of the tin. But she does work. Well, yeah, I shouldn't say that. She did work. This set of booms we made, actually the last set we made too, originally had a factory set that were much shorter and kind of flimsy. So there she is in all her glory. There is a door for this side. Zoom you around, it's right there. Just because it gets too warm. But if it's cold out, it gets way too cold. The hydraulic valves are off of, most of it anyway, is off of a forklift. And we had to add one more valve to it, so we got everything. The pump is belt driven. So it's right there. That's actually the pump. That pump is off of a Heston 300 swather. Works good. Tank's underneath the driver's seat. There's no electronics on this. Those valves right there, that's everything to run the booms. Main valve for the manifold. All those for each boom section. So hey, you know, when you're running it, you actually have to run the controls. The tank and booms are on separate frames. The boom is just mounted right to the chassis. The tank is also, but it's on its own frame. And it should all go pretty much directly right on the other chassis. The only thing I know we have to do, we have to block the tank up because our outlet is in the bottom of it. And it's going to be, I think, right over the axle. So we got to get high enough to clear the plumbing. And I'm not sure if we're going to use this set of fenders or not. Excuse me, Corona. If they'll work with the bigger tires, we will. I haven't figured how it's going to set yet. I think it goes far enough back. So worst comes to worst, we could put add a piece to the front. Won't work too awful bad. And on this one, rather than fill through the top, which was a pain in their butt for so many years, and I'm hoping to be able to use this set of fenders because right there is our fill right into the tank. Makes it nice. Got a adapter so we can fill out of the garden hose, or we can fill right off the fire trailer or off the big tank. And hey, greasy paws. That's a cotton picker or a cotton harvester or whatever you want to call it. Since you said you didn't know what one was. Looked like whatever. This one's been converted for some specialty flower seeds. And we picked it up for parts. We were actually going to build a sprayer out of it. Till we found out they go so slow it's not even funny. And it's got a leak in the hydros and that kind of thing. It's like, you know, is it really worth putting the money into the hydros? And we figured we had it made because those tires are just right for skinny tires. Go perfect with those. And we've got a set of diamond tread swather tires that'll would go on the back for flotation. And we had some 66-inch Terra tires that would have gone on the front. But this thing's heavy. I mean, it'd be nice. There's 207 horse John Deere engine right there. That'd be great in the other buggy too, but the thing weighs 1,800 pounds and it's too much weight. We want to keep it as light as we can. And I'm 99.9% sure that's the cab we're going to put on the buggy we're working on. So, oh hey, Walsh Farms, Tony, I guess I lied. There's no green on this cab. Oh, wait a minute, there is. The very bottom skirt, look at that. Above the headlights, that little strip right below the window is green. Otherwise, it's black and yellow. So, we're not going to have too much green on it. It's going to be mainly black by the looks of it, huh? Except for the green tank and the yellow roof. And that's so much more video than I was planning on doing. And while I'm, throwing names out there, Dinglezilla, there's that Massey. I know you love it. I like that tractor. The shift tower's been screwed up and repaired by someone else before we got it. So it doesn't shift like it should. You got to play with it a little bit, but visibility is awesome out of this thing. Only thing we got wrong with it is the PTO brake does not work. Just means that when you're running something with a PTO on it, which the only thing we run with it with a PTO is the manure spreader, you just got to empty it out so you don't spread manure everywhere. So it is a pretty good tractor. It's one of those we picked up real cheap and put a couple $1,000s into between paint and the seat and redoing the interior and time. And when we were said and done, I mean, we could sell it for about 5 times more than what we paid for it. That's the way to buy things. So anyway, see if you can see it. Kinda. The sun's in the wrong spot, but there's that beast again. That little sprayer tank on the side is for the foam mark. You pick them things up on sale for like $100 with a pump on them and add a little plumbing to them and put the foamer in there and a little air compressor inside. This one, the air compressor needs to come apart. I think it needs bearings. Little compressors right there. We got the exact same setup on the fertilizer buggy, but the compressor's underneath the steps outside. Makes it a little quieter inside that way. And these are some of the earlier wheels we widened. Dad decided to have the inner piece rolled and then just slide over. We learned better ways after that, cleaner anyway. But when we're doing them anymore, we do them just to size and make them work. Okay, like I said, way too long of a video. But there you go in all its glory.